This video shows you how to create truth tables using your TI-Nspire. Okay, so I've started with our usual variables, P and Q. So for P, truth we're going to say is a 1 and false is a 0. So I'll put, for true, I'll put 1, 1, then 0, 0 for false. Then for Q, for truth, you need to have a truth option, so 1, 1, and then 1, 0. So that's where P is true and Q is false. Okay, then we again do 1, then 0. So now we've got all the possible options for P and Q. Of course, if you have 3 variables like an R, you'd go down to 8 options. Now, the first option I want is P or Q. So I want to know when either one of them is 1 or even both of them is 1. So I put a formula up here. Equals A or, and A and B are my columns, so it's A or B. And that's it there. So here we've got a true here because one of them at least is true. Same with here, A is true. Same with here, B is true. Neither are true here, so that becomes a 0. So that corresponds to true, 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 false. P and Q, so when are they both true? So here I put equals A and B, column A and column B. When are they both true? Only here. True, true, and therefore that's true. Here we've got at least one false in these rows, so therefore all these had to be false. So far so good. Now, not P. So in other words, in this column here, for not P, I want the opposite of P. So here what you do is, because we're using 1 and 0, the opposite of 1 is 0, and the opposite of 0 is 1. So how can I get that? It's simply 1 minus P, because 1 minus 1 is 0, which is what we want, and 1 minus 0 is 1, and that's what we want. So here, for not P, equals 1 minus the A column, which is where P is, and I get the opposite of P. So I get 0, 0, 1, 1, which is the opposite of 1, 1, 0, 0. And then finally, exclusive OR. I had to think about this a little bit. I realized this is when either P or Q are 1, but not both of them can be 1. So I had to think about it, and I realized that's only these two. Obviously, I only want these two to be 1s, and I want the others to be 0s. So what I could do is I could use this column and then subtract the P and Q column. So that's the C column minus the D column. So let's have a look at that. Equals C minus D. And there you go, that is in fact exclusive OR P or Q. Well, P exclusive OR Q. And you get it right there.